Are you keen to get started live streaming without any tech fuss? Well, then you'll probably want to look at a camera that has either inbuilt live streaming capabilities or a camera that's easy to plug in and play with. The only problem is there's a huge amount of cameras to choose from on the market today, and a lot of them claim to have a bunch of amazing technical features that you'll probably never use. So today I'll be showing you my top picks for live streaming cameras in 2020, whether you're just getting started with live streaming, need something quality on a budget, or you're looking for something with all the latest new features. I've done all the research so you don't have to. Hey, Joel with Videoshift Media here. We're all about equipping you with the best tools, knowledge, and practices to level up every area of your video creation and marketing skills to save time and create content like a pro. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, and you can find all the links mentioned in this video in the description box below. So let's go. Now, first of all, if you already have a camera that you want to use for streaming, head over to my live streaming guide for beginners, where I go over step by step everything you need to start streaming with pretty much any camera. And make sure you stick around till the end of this video, because I'll be going over all the extra equipment you need to start live streaming today. But if you're still looking for that best purchase, what do you need to consider before choosing a streaming camera? Well, there are several factors you need to consider when looking at these cameras today, including the speed of the internet connection you'll have, the quality of the video picture, and how easy it is to use the camera itself. Another thing to consider is the power. Can you plug in the camera into AC power or your computer? Or do you have plenty of battery time if you can't? If you intend to stream on Twitch, a dual camera is a good idea. So you can see there's a few things to think about. But getting back to the basics, think picture quality, microphone sound quality, and handy features. These are all points that will make filming easier in the long run, and if you're buying a streaming camera, you'll want something that's exactly that. And as always, the timestamps for each section of this video are in the description box below. So with all that in mind, in today's video, I'm splitting my streaming camera recommendations into 3 categories. The first category is the getting started category. This is for those of you who need all the things we discussed just before, but with a focus on budget-friendly options and easy to set up and use options for absolute beginners. These cameras are still really exciting options, but they won't include professional customization or photography-like settings that a lot more of the expensive cameras usually include. The next category will be for the intermediates. This is more budget-friendly options for those of you who want a camera that you can use for more than just live streaming. These cameras will include more technical settings and be a little more complex to set up and get right when you get started, but in the end you'll have more control over what you're producing. You'll get to learn more about video settings, and you'll get more functionality out of these cameras too. And the last category in this video will be for the professionals. These are the bigger, still compact camcorder sized, but more expensive cameras packed to the brim with professional grade features and settings that will make live streaming anything from conferences, sports events to music concerts an absolute delight. Now, just a small disclaimer before we start, some of these cameras will need a separate capture device for streaming, but most of them have inbuilt streaming features. Okay, so the first couple options I want to include in the getting started category are webcams. These aren't just any webcams though. They're much higher quality than your standard webcam that may have come built into your laptop. Webcams are great for live streaming because they're literally plug in and go solutions. The downside being they tether you to your computer or your workstation. But for gaming streamers, people streaming webinars or group calls, this could be a perfect little quality solution. The Logitech C922 Pro Stream Webcam 1080p is arguably one of the best cameras for streaming to platforms like Twitch. The webcam comes with technology that allows you to fill in the blank screen your viewers usually get with footage of you while you play. If you're a gamer, that is. It has an omnidirectional camera, letting you shoot 2 things at once. It also comes with dual microphones, so you'll always get the best sound quality. It streams and records in 1080p video at 30 frames per second, and it has pretty impressive autofocus for a webcam. So this option is really optimized for pro gamers streaming with boosted lighting in dark or dimly lit rooms. XSplit is the technology allowing you to split screen, half on you, half on your game, or even your presentation slides maybe. The pros on this camera is that it's very fast. If graphics here are what you need to perform, like with Twitch, this is the best on the market. The light adjustment is actually really intuitive to help with picture quality, and the autofocus is good too. It's compatible with just about everything too, which is always really handy. But the cons are that it doesn't seem to have compatibility with iPhone. But there may be a workaround for this out there. But at a pretty decent price tag of around $160 on Amazon, you should be able to forgive these small shortcomings. Another contender for the best camera for live streaming from Logitech is the C920S. It does live streaming and recording at the same time, but it isn't specifically geared towards gaming. It does come with Full HD 1080p and a privacy shutter that has compatibility with Skype, Mac, and Google Hangouts. So great for those in the business world who want to stream video without showing themselves at times. It has a mic, high definition, and everything else you need to get started. Now moving away from webcams, our next camera option is made by a company called Livestream. This camera is the Mevo Start. The Mevo Start is a live streaming camera in an all-in-one camera package designed to provide you very easy workflows for live streaming to popular RTMP platforms like YouTube and Facebook Live. It streams up to full 1080p resolution video and also allows you to record what you're streaming with a micro SD card, so you'll have a copy of your live stream. The camera is controlled via the Mevo app, compatible with iOS and Android, and this app offers simple to use, intuitive tools for your live production. For example, by panning or zooming through the shot that you're capturing during a live stream, the app can create up to 9 different camera angles of that shot and present them to you in a grid layout. You can then simply tap the grid square that you want to stream. While the app is capable of creating the different angles automatically, you can also choose to do this manually. Other functions of the app include autopilot mode, which uses face detection and scene analysis to choose interesting shots itself and then edit and stream them for you. So it's pretty interesting stuff. The Mevo Start is highly compact and portable as well. It runs on an inbuilt battery for up to 6 hours, allowing you to stream extended sessions, or an optional dedicated Mevo Start Ethernet adapter can be used for continuous power, so you can literally power off an Ethernet cable. You'll be able to attach the camera to a desktop or standard tripods, light stands, and mic stands. For audio capture, the Mevo Start has 3 inbuilt mics with processing that automatically optimizes and syncs sound for better audio. The camera offers a 3.5mm audio jack, which is on the rear for connecting external microphones like lapel mics. Also, whether internal or external on your sound, it can be mixed in the Mevo app. The Mevo Start would be a great option for anyone wanting to use live streaming for presenting to camera, filming conferences or live events. It's definitely not the cheapest option on the market either at just under $400 US, but it's not too pricey either. The Sony FDR X3000 is the next on the list. This is a really small compact 4K video camera solution, which is great for streaming because it can plug into your computer directly via USB. You can power and stream the camera this way with some setting up. You get good picture quality with the fixed Zeiss lens, stereo sound with wind noise reduction, and built-in Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, GPS, and the pros of this camera are really the 4K video ability for such a cheap price tag. The wealth of features similar to that of the GoPro cameras is definitely a pro. The cons though would have to be the amount of setup required with setting up the USB camera and streaming on your computer with all the extra software and third-party Ustream setting up you need to do. But once this is all set up, you really can't look past the price tag of under $400. The next camera in our lineup is a tiny action camera you may have heard of, the GoPro HERO 8. This one is great for those just getting started with live streaming and video in general, because it's packed full of awesome features for you to try out. This next gen action cam is designed to capture smooth, stable footage of your latest adventure. The HERO 8 Black features updated hyper smooth stabilization to produce smooth gimbal-like movement. The GoPro HERO 8 Black supports up to 4K video, time-lapse, and slow motion video, and you can capture stills, and it's pretty crazy all the things you can do on it. Like its predecessor, the GoPro HERO 7, the GoPro 8 Black supports direct streaming to Facebook Live. But for live streaming, how does this camera stack up? Well, you're pretty limited with only being able to stream direct to Facebook Live from the camera by itself, but there are some ways around this which I'll go over. The Hero 8 goes for just under $400, so if you want a more affordable option, you could opt for the GoPro HERO 7, which still has the Facebook live stream inbuilt feature. I do think that you'll have a tough time using this camera for live streaming without the $79 GoPro Media Mod accessory. The Media Mod is a new accessory that makes things a lot easier. The Media Mod has two mounts for a light or a monitor or a mic, which GoPro makes. It has a built-in little shotgun mic for better audio, and it plugs in via USB-C, so you can run the camera off AC power, which is really cool. You can stream, but you'll need to use the Livestream iOS app or stream to multiple platforms at once using the Vimeo app. So the pros of the GoPro are that it's super portable, easy to use, built like a brick house, great video and sound quality for vlog style filming, but the cons have to be the price tag. It's kind of expensive, and the tiny size means you can't plug much, if anything, into the camera for better audio, for example, but with the Media Mod add-on this can be fixed. The last camera for the getting started category comes in a handy camera size, the Panasonic HC-V800. If you're looking to do longer streams and recordings, 2 or 3 hours plus, then this is a budget-friendly camera option for you. Full 1080p video, and you can plug this camera into AC power or run it off the internal battery. It records pin-sharp video with its Leica lens, and it has great zoom functions and dual stereo built-in microphones for crisp audio. This camera does not include streaming internally, but the price tag and the features, I thought it was well worth including. In order to stream with this camera, you'll just need a micro HDMI to HDMI cable running into a capture device, like a Blackmagic Mini recorder, so it can talk to your computer for streaming. Then it will show up as your webcam. Easy as that. HC-V800 will set you back around $500, so it is a little pricey. There are cheaper, older tech models on the market, like the V770, which is around $400 with a slightly smaller sensor size and less zoom, but I don't think you'd notice much difference. It will work exactly the same way for streaming. So that's the first category. Is there a clear winner here? Choosing one of these is really going to be based on what your needs are and how you see yourself using these tools. But as for my personal favorite for live streaming in this category, I'll be going with the Mevo Start. If there wasn't so much fluffing around setting up with the Sony X3000, that would probably be my first choice due to the quality, features, and portability. But you really have to hand it to the Mevo cameras. The advanced auto cutting feature is awesome, and the way the camera allows you to easily stream to any platform you like out of the box via Wi-Fi or a LAN cable, you really get a lot with the Mevo Start at 1080p. I'm not too fussed about 4K video for live streaming, so the Mevo Start really has everything you need to live stream a presentation or an event within the camera and a paired app as well. But it's all about what you intend to stream. If you're streaming from a computer with webinars or gaming, the Logitechs would also be an excellent choice. Alright, so jumping over to the intermediate category. These cameras are the next step up, both in features and in price. Some of them are relatively easy to use, and others will require some previous experience with camera settings to get started quickly. The Mevo Plus is the first camera for the intermediate section. It's the next level up from the Mevo Start made by Livestream, which gives you pro-level production at your fingertips, with a 4K video sensor this time, so a big quality upgrade from the Mevo Start's 1080p video. Edit your shots in real time on your iOS or Android device, zoom, pan and cut with ease using your Mevo camera and app, just like with the Mevo Start. Live stream to your audience from virtually anywhere and record HD videos directly to a full-size SD card, or stream to Livestream, Facebook, Periscope or Twitter. You can also get multi-destination streaming and cloud video storage with the Livestream Mevo plan, which actually sounds super handy. The LED light ring on the camera keeps you informed about your Wi-Fi connection and battery life. The Mevo Plus comes with a bundle package as well, with the Mevo Boost, which lets you film longer events and stay connected to the internet with a fast charging power pack attached to the camera. Charge the power pack in under 5 hours and for up to 10 hours of filming. So really good for long events here, guys. The bundle also comes with a mic stand for the camera and a camera case. The Mevo Plus is also rainproof, so you can stream indoors or outdoors. Like the Mevo Start, you can use the Ethernet port to ensure a reliable connection while streaming your event, or you can plug in a 4G LTE modem to stream live anywhere, say remotely, with 4G LTE data. But you do need to pay for it, as the Mevo Plus Pro camera by itself is just under $800. Next up, we have the Panasonic Lumix G7 mirrorless camera. Now, I'm a big fan of Panasonic mirrorless cameras. This product is one of the best cameras for YouTube live streaming because of how quick it is. Everything about this camera has been geared towards high resolution imaging. It gives artifact-free performance in 4K video recording. Combined with high-speed internet, it's capable of connecting across a range of network types. It's fast, reliable, and can be used to record anything from film footage to sound with a 3.5mm mic jack. The pros are that it comes with Panasonic's patented high-speed autofocus, easily accessible controls that cover everything you need, 4K video and photo, with the option to switch to still photos if you want. The cons are that this is a professional camera. If you are a beginner, you won't be able to understand most of the settings without doing some serious learning. The Lumix G7 will cost you around $600 with a lens, so not too bad for the price really. The Panasonic Lumix GH4 is a slightly different camera to the G7. The Lumix GH4 offers more advanced mirrorless tech. It takes 16 megapixel pictures and a 3-inch tilty twisty LCD touchscreen, all of which will help making this the best camera for YouTube live streaming. As well as high resolution, pin sharp detail filming, this camera comes with everything you need to be a YouTube star. The attention to detail in the menus is why even filmmakers have loved this camera for years. The OLED monitor, the micro 4/3 sized sensor, and the awesome optical zoom make this a huge contender for the best camera for YouTube live streaming, indoors and outdoors. The major con here is that the Lumix GH4 costs over double the price of the G7, up to around $1,300. And again, if you want to live stream, you'll be using an HDMI capture device, so that this camera can be seen as your computer's webcam. The Lumix GH5 is the next model up, but it's nearly double that price again, and really only worth looking at if you're a filmmaker or professional videographer. And lastly, for this category, we have the Canon EOS 80D. If you know anything about choosing the best DSLR cameras for live streaming, then this camera will be a big contender. It has super intelligent software that anticipates your next move, which works with the autofocus. It's like the pro camera we all didn't realize we needed until right this second. There is a 90D model out now which can do 4K video, but it's not super relevant for live streaming purposes. If you want to have a live streaming camera that can also take awesome quality photos, then this is your guy. Like the previous cameras, if you want to live stream, you'll need an HDMI capture device so that this camera can be seen as your computer's webcam. The 80D plus a kit lens costs around $900, and for what you get, it's a pretty awesome deal. So if we break this down again in terms of pricing, the Lumix G7 with a lens comes in at around $600, the Mevo Plus comes in at just under $800, the Canon 80D with a kit lens costs around $900, and the Lumix GH4 with a lens is the most expensive option, around $1,100 to $1,300. So the intermediate category, as you can tell, is for people who aren't scared off by camera settings and some setting up. The only major downside of these cameras is that for all of them, you'll need a capture device of some sort. They do have Wi-Fi capabilities, but this is more for remote control of the cameras and photo sharing and things like that. If I had to pick a personal favorite, it would be the Lumix GH4. This is a camera I've actually owned for over 3 years now. I've shot everything from corporate videos to travel and YouTube content on it. If you're filming and live streaming using this camera with a capture device, you really won't be disappointed at all. And finally, we have the professional section. These cameras all have state-of-the-art inbuilt streaming features, which is awesome, but they come with big price tags and a wealth of features. I'll quickly zoom through these and we'll get onto the bonus content of exactly what you need to start live streaming today. Panasonic have recently released two awesome professional compact camcorder packages with inbuilt streaming features, the HDX 1500 and the HDX 2000, and the only difference being between the two, the X2000 comes with the professional connections and a super cool handle attachment, which comes with pro audio features like XLR inputs for mics, monitoring levels for your microphones, and a dimmable LED light even. So it obviously costs more than the X1500. Both cameras can record up to 4K 60p slow motion video, and the X1500 has full-size HDMI output, which is really nice. Crazy 24 times optical zoom, and it does slow motion. All these features are really great. But both cameras also have live RTP streaming, which basically allows you to connect the camera straight to your Wi-Fi or LAN and start streaming straight away. These cameras are such high quality, so advanced and impressive, I could do an entire video review just on these two alone. However, you do pay for it, and these cameras are in super high demand and kind of hard to get hold of at the moment. The HDX 1500 is around $1,700 US, and the upgraded HDX 2000 is over $2,000 US. So probably out of reach for most of us beginners, but it's good to know it's out there, right? So clearly the professional category is going to be for those high-end videographers or businesses who really want the best and latest technology with all the super high-tuned camcorders. So it goes without saying, if you're a beginner, definitely stick to a camera from the getting started category, or if you want to invest some more time and energy into your filming, maybe give a camera a go from the intermediate category. But let's quickly go over our bonus content for today, then I'll be going over my personal choice for the best live streaming camera of 2020 so far. But as promised, let's check out our bonus content for today. My top 3 recommendations for equipment to get you started live streaming. So number 1 would have to be OBS Studio. OBS Studio can stream straight to Twitch, YouTube, Mixer, Facebook, and many other platforms. A much wider range than you'll find in other streaming software. It's even possible to stream to multiple platforms at once. OBS Studio is also our top pick for free if you're looking for a top quality free screen recorder. You can check out the link in the description, and remember to comment below if you're keen on a getting started with OBS tutorial. Number 2 will obviously have to be a camera. If you don't already own a camera, I would highly recommend investing one before you start live streaming. A lot of cameras today actually have live streaming encoding as an inbuilt feature, which means you can connect via LAN or Wi-Fi directly to your computer and start streaming. My third and final recommendation for gear to get started would depend on whether you only want a single camera or a multi-camera stream and recording solution. If you only want to deal with one camera, the Magwell UltraStream HDMI encoder is an incredible buy for the price. Usually encoders like this quality are around $2,000 to $3,000 in their broadcast quality, so it really is great value for money. Not to mention recording to the internal drive on the Magwell, recording to your smartphone via Bluetooth, all while streaming to multiple servers like Facebook and YouTube at once. I can't stress enough, usually you would need a third-party software like OBS to stream to multiple places at once, but the little Magwell lets you do it all within the box and within their app, so it's really cool. And of course, if you intend to use multiple cameras, or you'd like to work up to that point in the future, I just would grab an A10 Mini, hands down, you will not be disappointed. It's insanely cheap for what it's capable of. I believe even cheaper than the Magwell encoder at this point. This is a device for those wanting an entire production value setup from your studio with easy to use controls. And as a pro tip, if you buy a camera from Blackmagic as well and plug it into your Blackmagic A10 switcher, you can even remotely control the cameras all from your computer, making it super easy for 1 or 2 people to organize a shoot. So there you have it guys, the best live streaming cameras of 2020. Each of these cameras serve a different purpose, and it will depend on which fits with the content you're making and your skill level. So it's really hard to pick a winner, as these are all different tools for different applications, but if I had to pick a personal favorite out of the brands, it would have to be the Panasonic Lumix cameras. The G7 is a great camera to get started live streaming to YouTube with. And if you're more experienced with cameras, the Lumix GH4 would be a powerful choice as well. Like I said, these cameras are for people who want to get more involved in learning camera settings and have more control over their filming, and they do require a bit of setup and investment for live streaming. If you liked the bonus content there, guys, that's just a small snippet from a massively helpful live streaming for beginners video I recently released. The link to this is on screen or in the description box along with all the products I've talked about today. If you have any questions, feel free to drop a comment below and I'll try to answer them as best as I can. And I also have free resources to all of the filming and editing equipment I'm using to make these videos on my website and in the links below. Thanks for watching, and if you found this video helpful, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn that bell on. All right, peace.